So what happens when your destiny is just to be ordinary? Today, we're diving into the amazing web novel Xian Ni, which you might also know as Renegade Immortal. And let me tell you, this is a story for anyone who's kind of tired of the whole chosen one trope. Why? Because our hero here isn't chosen for greatness. He's chosen for, well, for nothing. And honestly, that's what makes his fight against fate so incredible.
This quote right here, this is the entire heart of the story. See, in the world of Xian Ni, the path to power, what they call cultivation, it's not some heroic adventure. It's a brutal dog-eat-dog world. If you just follow the rules that heaven lays out, you're just another mortal and you're gonna die. Real power, that true immortality, that only comes from defiance.
All right, let's meet our guy Wang Lin. He is the complete opposite of a chosen one. He's got zero talent, he doesn't stumble upon some legendary sword, he finds a weird rock. For most heroes, the world just seems to bend over backward to help them succeed. But for Wang Lin, it feels like the world is actively trying to crush him at every turn.
So where does a journey like this even begin? Well, it's not on some epic battlefield. It starts in a tiny village with a smart 15-year-old kid named Wang Lin. He's not strong, he's not magical, all he's got is his brain, and resting right on his shoulders is every single hope his family has for the future.
And that hope suddenly gets a name when his uncle bursts in with unbelievable news. The famous Heng Yu sect is actually looking for new disciples. And you gotta understand, this isn't like getting into a good school. This is a chance to become an immortal, one of those godlike people who literally live above the clouds. For his family, this is it. This is their one shot to escape a life of poverty forever. The pressure on this kid becomes absolutely massive. The whole village is buzzing, his parents sell what little they own just to get him the travel money. Relatives who used to look down on them are suddenly showering them with praise. You see, he's not just a boy going on a trip, he's their lottery ticket. He's their future protector. He is their immortal.
So carrying all that hope, all that pressure, Wang Lin finally makes it to the gates of the Heng Yue sect, and he's about to face the very first test of his life. Let's just say it comes with a reality check that is beyond brutal.
Everything, and I mean everything, comes down to this aptitude test. In this world, it doesn't matter how hard you work or how smart you are, it's all about your spiritual root, this thing you're either born with or you're not. It's basically a stamp that says worthy or worthless, and there's nothing you can do to change it.
And that's it. That's the verdict. After all the sacrifice, all the hopes and dreams of his entire village, Wang Lin's future is just erased, wiped out by a single cold sentence from the sect master. It's a devastating blow that shatters everything.
Wang Lin just can't accept it. He drops to his knees. He begs. He's thinking about his parents' hopeful faces. But it's useless. To these all-powerful cultivators, a normal person without talent is like an ant. And you don't even notice an ant, let alone waste your breath on it. This is his welcome to the cruel, unforgiving world of immortals.
I mean, just think about how his relatives acted when he was leaving, right? They were falling all over themselves, saying how smart he was, how the ancestors must be so proud.
But the second he comes back a failure, all that praise just sours into pure contempt. The very same people are now mocking him to his face. Their words are like daggers. And this painful lesson, this worldly coldness, it gets burned into his memory and becomes the fuel for everything he does next.
Okay, so he's been humiliated, he's been rejected by absolutely everyone. Most people would just give up, right? Go home, hide. But this is where we see the first real flash of what makes Wang Lin who he is. This stubborn, almost crazy persistence. He just refuses to let this be the end of his story. So instead of tucking his tail between his legs, he goes back to the mountains, all by himself. His plan is, well, it's pretty naive. He thinks if he just waits long enough, maybe they'll be moved by his sincerity and let him in. And it's this exact stubbornness that leads him to accidentally stumble right off a cliff.
He somehow survives the fall. He's all battered and bruised. And as he's lying there in this hidden little valley, he finds something, a mysterious stone bead. Right now, it's just a strange rock he picked up. But is that really all it is?
I mean, look at it. There's nothing special about this thing. It's gray, it doesn't have any magical energy coming off it, it just has a few blurry carvings. It feels like any other rock you'd find in a river. He just pockets it, having no idea, absolutely no clue, that he just found the one thing that will let him defy his fate. And in a weird way, his insane persistence actually works. An elder from the sect sees him and is kind of impressed by his sheer tenacity, so he lets him stay. Not as a student who learns magic, but basically as a handyman. They give him the fancy title of in-name disciple, but really his job is to do chores.
So, he got in the door, but his new life it's just a different kind of awful. He's not a promising candidate anymore. He's just the help. His days are all about chopping wood, carrying water, and being constantly reminded by the real disciples just how worthless he is.
Yeah, there's no team spirit here. The sect runs on one simple rule, the law of the jungle. The strong bully the weak, and Wang Lin, with no talent and no one to protect him, is at the very, very bottom of the food chain. He's everyone's favorite punching bag.
He's completely trapped. His dream feels more impossible now than it did before. It's hopeless. But then, he notices something. One tiny, seemingly random observation that is about to change absolutely everything.
He remembers that useless stone bead he found, and he sees it doing something strange. It's absorbing the morning dew. And a crazy thought pops into his head. What if the water that comes out of it is special? He has nothing to lose, so he drinks it and tries one last time to cultivate. And then it happens. For the first time ever, a tiny, faint little thread of spiritual energy sparks to life inside him.
This is so much more than a small victory. For a kid who was told he had zero potential, this single spark of energy is his entire world. It wasn't a gift from heaven. Heaven already slammed the door in his face. No, this is the first shot he fires back in his own personal war against fate.
And that's where we'll leave Wang Lin for today. But his story really makes you think, doesn't it? When you're told you're not good enough, when the world gives you absolutely nothing to start with, what is it that makes you fight back? For Wang Lin, the answer to that question is going to shake